Hello, guys, and welcome to episode 71. Shh, 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 shh. Oh God. Oh no. I shouldn't have came here during the nighttime. Oh, good. I see one over there. Alright, so, shh, shh, shh. I've been just observing these guys, and, I've come over here a few times to see, how they're progressing. Huh. Okay, let's hide. Um, and they really haven't progressed much. They did oh. Okay, they're friendly. But they haven't been progressing very far, so I figured I should donate some stuff to them, right? Maybe that'll help them progress a little bit further and catch up to me so I don't overrun them, right? We don't want that. Oh, no take backsies. Alright, here, buddy. Back engineer that. Let's give them some tools. Alright, have fun with that. I don't want... You guys got to figure out how to use those things, okay? Maybe some crop sticks. Oh wait, no, no, no. You have it. And some crop sticks. That should help. Alright, next time I come out here, guys, I want to see some progress. Alrighty, people. So, we are struggling a little bit on the power front. Now, we're not quite running out, but I'm having to limp this system along to keep it going. And by limp along, I'm currently have only 2 of these running. When we're in a kind of a benzene bind right now, I should have all 4 of them going, but we're running out of logs. So, like I said, we're limping it along. I think it's time that this area receives a little bit of an update. So I went through a few different power options to like kind of figure out, do I want to keep going benzene? Do I want to do diesel? Do I want to do a reactor? I think I came to the conclusion that yeah, we still want to do benzene, but I think we're going to do the nitrobenzene stuff. So to make nitrobenzene, we need benzene, check. Sulfuric acid, check, but we really need a better source of which recipe were we doing? Were we doing? I gotta go check. Recipe 7. Oh, this recipe right here. This is the recipe we're doing. So I need to get. I have water in the system, but it's not being. I don't have it coming into the system, so just currently we just have a tank of water in the system. So we need to make a way for water in our ME network. We also need a source of oxygen. Like same thing, we have a tank over there with oxygen in it, but nothing refilling that tank. And that would take care of the sulfuric acid. Sulfur we would run out of, but I'm less worried about that. We have a good amount of that. Nitric acid is something we need to automate completely, and we'd probably use this recipe here. So again, we have a tank of nitrogen, need a source of it, and we have a tank of hydrogen, and we need a source of it. So very basic materials so far, and this will add to our water stock. And then a source of distilled water. I didn't know this recipe existed. Hmm. Well, I kind of like that recipe. Yeah, so that actually wouldn't be that difficult to automate here. So we need to do some basic chemical stuff here to get our system ready to bring on nitrobenzene. So I will get to doing that, but I'm also thinking about moving this whole setup somewhere else. Or maybe we just bring AE2 down here, because that's really the reason why I wanted to move it. So yeah, I got some work to do, like always. We need to get our base running more automated. I'm doing too many manual tasks at once. We also have a ton of like ancient builds that just really don't do anything. I think this Steam setup only runs this. I think currently the Steam is only running these two turbines. So that is a system that I really don't even need anymore. But we will look at doing demo over here at a later date. Today, fuel and energy. Let's get started. Alright, so one easy way to get water added to our system, oh man, I need more HV pumps, is making ourselves another reservoir. So I have one somewhere. I honestly have no idea where I put it. I swear I had one somewhere, but I don't even know where I put it. But anyways, we made another one. And I think we're just gonna place it right under where the water is, which is like somewhere over here. Yeah, right here. Pump it right into that tank right there. So let's go get some pipes and a pump. Put an MV pump on it. Or you know what? We might not even need to pump it actually. Now that I think about it. Turn auto output off. And then you know what? We'll just allow from input from output with a screwdriver, right? Is that how it works? There we go. Got to hit it on that side. All right. And then, yeah, let's see here. Bring this pipage down. And then we need some buckets of water, which we can get from right here. All right, and if we hit this with a wrench, does that go in there? Bingo, we got water. And I will make this a little bit nicer, but for now, it's working. Water check. All right, so back to the AE2 stuff. I am going to make, for right now, I am going to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 storage buses, and we're just going to slap them on those tanks. Alright, there's the 5 storage buses. I gotta check to see if I'm gonna have enough cable, which I doubt I'm going to. We do have this cable that we could use. Yeah, look, I got 4 glass cable. How far will this get me? Let's start at the bottom. So AE2 controller's over here. Alright, so let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then hook them all up. And then we gotta bring it that away. Alright, we don't actually gotta go that far. We can just bring it right here. But I'm gonna do a P2P tunnel over here somewhere for the, we'll call it fuel area. Alright, let's see here. Let's put this one. Also, let's grab a sign. And we need a dense cable. I should probably name these with that crystal tool, but it looks like this is the only one not set. So let's see here. Is that good there? Does that mean it's hooked up? Yeah, looks so. Looks like it. Alright, so we should be able to see that fluid now in our system, right? Yes. Okay. Awesome. Alright, so now we have access to those fluids. wherever we have AE2. So we can start automating some things with that. So we don't necessarily got to move that just yet. We can just leave it down there forever, just like this setup here. Maybe we'll just keep this for the entire playthrough. It is very slow though, so I doubt we're gonna keep it like this. Oh, I forgot to put the sign down there. Can't forget that. I feel like I got something wrong here. I feel like I shouldn't have 8 channels on this, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Sign, and we'll call it fuel area. Perfect. All right. I like it. Did you just see that? What do I, how did I check my warp again? Check warp, that's it, what it is. All right, so we're at 16. We just got to spawn the bats thing, and that's 30. I don't know why I keep seeing that Steve there. That's so weird. All right, moving on. All right, so we have water figured out. I think I don't think we're gonna do this recipe just yet. Mostly because I don't want to make another, well, I'm gonna have to make a large chemical reactor anyways for some other things, but really because I don't have hydrogen and oxygen set up. Which I guess we could do that right now. All right, let's do an electrolyzer with the water, and we'll figure out how to handle this cell, and we'll do this recipe here. I need an electrolyzer. What kind of power do I have under here, actually? So if I put it over here, we could probably branch out. We could do with an HV one. That way we can use the superconductor wire. Yeah, let's do that. HV electrolyzer. Oh man, I need to make some more HV circuits. So let's test our MV circuits here. Let's make. Can we make 50? Looks like we can. Oh wait. Oh, we finally run into a craft that requires more than 1K. Let's remedy this. No, let's make a 4K crafting storage. That'll get us another bag too. We'll save that for later though. So is this hole? Where's my other one? Here. Do these go together? Now I have 5K storage capability, or crafting storage capability. Bingo. I wonder how long this craft's gonna take. My guess is quite a bit. Maybe not that long. You know what? We should follow it. It'll give us a little ding in our chat box when it's done. Alright, so we could also get some things ready for the HV circuits we need. Let's craft 16 for now. Alright, so that took 2 minutes and 12 seconds there. To make 50 MV, well, I had stuff in the system, so if I was going from nothing, it would obviously take longer. This is definitely a recipe I need in the network here. So let's go get that made and then craft some up, why don't we? And then we can have it automatically get melted and put into our assembly machine over there. Oh wait, I'm dumb. I made a bunch of MV circuits thinking I needed them for the HV, but I forgot the nano processor doesn't even need MV circuits, so that was That was all dumb. Oh well. Yeah, sweet. Now we have a bunch of MV circuits. I'm sure they'll get used, right? Alright, let's try this again. Alright, and that should be a little bit more HV circuits. Alright, and with all that said and done, electrolyzer and cable, fluid export bus, this tank, and I think what we want is a dual interface to put some stuff, put some fluids into the system, right? I think that's our best option there. And let's take some ender fluid conduits. I think that's all I would need. Oh, we needed a superconductor cable as well. Alright, I think we're just going to put this like right here for now. That looks good. So let's bring cable over here. And let's not forget to color it. Cables are getting a little wild here now. Alrighty, and then we can have HV electrolyte. Oh wait, we need to come up one more. There we go. And electrolyzer will go there. The export bus. Oh my gosh, it did it again. Why does it keep doing that, dude? That's annoying. Alright, I give up on these stupid bets, man. Alright, so we'll put the export bus there. Wait, no. Export bus here. And then we're gonna we'll do tank here. And it's going to push the items out this way. And then let's get a pump. Or maybe we don't need a pump. And then we'll put the dual interface right there. And we will connect that up. I'm going to need some more cable though. And, oh wait, we have a couple more here. That'll connect that up. And we're going to want water in there. And we want circuit 1. We'll do one cell to prime it. We're going to take our ender conduits here and just go up like this. Get rid of this one. We're going to insert into this one. And we're going to extract always active on this one. Okay, so that must have taken the hydrogen out of there. Then next we need a conveyor belt here. And we're going to allow input. We're going to export that back this way. And we need to hit this with a screwdriver. Alright, and that should just bounce back and forth, and that will get us, oh wait, and then we want a pump to go into, from the tank. Or you know what, let's just do a pump. Alright, and we should be seeing oxygen and hydrogen going up. There we go. Alright, so now we have a way to get hydrogen and oxygen into the system, and I don't know what's going to happen if if those tanks get full. Will this just get backed up and shut off? I guess we'll find that out. I don't want to do we have void overflow on those? Ooh, our water's full. We do not have void overflow on that. And we do not have it on that. As far as this one goes, I would like to just dump that in there, and then we got an extra tank. So, alright, so we have oxygen, water, and hydrogen now pacified, basically. It's kind of slow, but it'll build up over time. And in that time, I went ahead and automated distilled water with this distillery here, and nitrogen with this compressor, centrifuge, and this tank. So both of these have like a tank to kind of convert my cell into the liquid. And you know what? Now that I think about it, I can get rid of this export bus because this is what's allowing the water coming out of our system into our electrolyzer here to electrolyze it down. But I currently have the water in this dual interface with this setting. It's on the south side, but I can also put it on the north side as well because that's how I'm getting water into this distillery. So let me do that real quick. All right, and I don't even need to pick sides, I guess, for this thing to take the water out of there. So yeah, I have just the regular advanced compressor compressing this air into the cells and then pushing it over to the centrifuge, centrifuging it down. It gets us like oxygen and nitrogen, I think, and a couple empty cells. Empty cells get pulled out and put back into the compressor. Oxygen gets pushed over to this tank um, eventually. And then cell gets pulled out and put back into the compressor, and the oxygen gets pulled out by a ender fluid conduit and put into this interface. So with these, this is automating what? Hydrogen, oxygen, distilled water, nitrogen, and a little bit more oxygen, all on one channel. So that's actually pretty sweet. Yeah, so I could probably go around and optimize some more little setups here to help save some channels, I think, now that I've realized that I don't need like an export bus on every single machine here. But I will go ahead and do that later. So now we pretty much have everything we need to make nitrobenzene. So the nitric acid required the hydrogen, nitrogen, and oxygen. And then we get a little water back too that'll just go put back in the system. We'll do this in a large chemical reactor, and then I will make, ooh, IV power. I didn't see that. Well, alright, so we're not quite at the IV energy hatch level, but we could do 2 EV energy hatches, which is going to require us to make some more tungsten steel and stuff. So, yeah, it looks like I have a little bit of a Greg hole to go down. But for now, we will set up the nitric acid chemical reactor, and then I'll make another chemical reactor, and then also make a couple EV energy hatches. Shouldn't be too bad, but it's going to take a little bit of time. So I will save you from all the boring crafting I have to do off camera. So BRB. Alright, so I think I got this set up. I got the outputs facing this way just for testing purposes, but let's try this. Okay, so 16-second recipe. Looks like it's working. I did have an issue where I was running this for too long and I completely drained my system of oxygen, but I have oxygen being made down by the fuel area, so I swapped some tanks real quick. It says it has problems, but it really doesn't. So let's see here. 1 bucket of nitric acid and a little bit of water, which is being sucked out of there, actually. The nitric acid doesn't have anywhere to go currently, so it's just going to get stored right here. But if we go make a tank, I think we're going to store nitric acid's pretty useful, right? We need it for quite a bit of stuff. You can make steam out of it. I don't know. We'll just use it. We'll use a super tank for it. Do we already have a super tank of it, actually? That's a good question. Hey, oxygen. Hey, hydrogen. I forgot about these. Oh, and I have a chemical reactor over here. Dang it. I forgot about this chest over here. Oh man, we're hurting. All right, so we're gonna use this super tank here. And we'll just place it here. And let's see here. Let's filter this for nitric acid and place the tank on there. Bingo. So now the nitric acid has a place to go. Let's try to get our hunger back up here. And we can probably just, I guess we don't even need to face these down, but we'll face them down just so it looks better. Yeah, and so that is automated nitric acid now. So iron 3 chloride, sulfuric acid, and nitric acid. Sweet. Um, we have quite a bit of sulfuric acid in the system, I'm sure now, because I didn't realize I left that running. 2 mil. That's not too bad. Okay, so what is our next step is nitrobenzene, which I gotta figure out where I want to place this because IV power is something that I did not plan for. I did end up making 2 EV energy hatches and a whole nother large chemical reactor, which before I forget, I am going to put this one that was in this deal. We're going to put this stuff in the system so I don't forget. Where did you come from, dude? That's not good. I don't know where he would have came from. Oh, you know what? That was damaged. I forgot I accidentally put my crowbar in the system. No, I put it in my bag. That's what I did. Accidentally took it out of my toolbox and put it in my bag and then forgot to put it back. Alright, there we go. Let's smack that again. My bad. Alright, so hear me out. I think our best option for the nitrobenzene chemical reactor is somewhere over here, but I kind of want to put it on this side, but this line here gets used, the power gets used way more than this side currently. This is basically just powering like my ore processing area and stuff. So it doesn't get used as much, so I'd feel more comfortable putting it over here. And this is the pipe that carries my benzene over to my turbines. So we don't really need that anymore. Actually, I would need that. I would just hook it up to, I would pipe this right into this chemical reactor instead of the turbines. And then I think I would have the nitrobenzene coming out of the large chemical reactor into a super tank and then piped into the turbines. I think that's kind of how we want it to go. So turbines are right here. We're going to add 3 more. So we're going to have, we can pipe it, we'll probably place it right somewhere here. Yeah, I think right here will be good for now. It'll be kind of hidden. That's fine. But I think putting it down here makes the most sense. So let me get this one set up. Alright, so I think I got this all set up. I'll kind of go over it here in a minute, but here goes nothing. Let's try it out. No recipe found. Okay, we need a circuit in here. My bad. Let's turn that off. Circuit 1. And we'll put it in there. Alright, nitrobenzene and diluted sulfuric acid. One thing that I did do, how long does that take? 6 seconds and it stopped. Okay. I might have to put bigger inputs, maybe. One thing that I did do that I didn't talk about before was I did this advanced distillery, which we may have to upgrade this because I don't want this to be my bottleneck. And then that's putting the sulfuric acid right back into the system. So I have my inputs over here. So we have water, nitric acid, benzene obviously, and then I don't think I can see it here. I think there's one more, right? Where's my... Of course. Yeah, and then sulfuric acid right there. Okay, so those are my 4 inputs. And then our outputs are obviously the diluted sulfuric acid that we just looked at. We are going to upgrade this because this is currently a bottleneck. It doesn't process the diluted fast enough. And then our nitrobenzene, which our nitrobenzene will come out over here and then feed into my turbines here, the 3 that we have here, and then the 3 more that we're going to add over here. And yeah, we now have an upgraded source of nitro, or I guess an upgraded fuel source. So nitrobenzene is what we are going to use, and we might as well use the same pipes here, just connect to them, but we'll get rid of that for now. And that means we can get rid of all this, which kind of a waste of benzene, but oh well. And then I will most likely reroute this a little bit better, because right now it is kind of routed a little dumb here. Oh wait, what is that going to? And maybe we'll keep this here. But get rid of all this. Alright, and then let's connect our nitrobenzene up. I think I only need these pipes. I don't think I should need anything bigger. You know what? Shoot, we shouldn't have done that. Disconnect that for now. And we'll wait for our turbines up there to turn on and run this out of benzene before we hook up our nitrobenzene, which we can just hit this auto output button there and we should be good to go. And that basically over 4 times the power that we'll get from this nitrobenzene. So we should be good even though we're running this off of IV, this off of MV, but eventually we're going to try HV and hopefully that doesn't, why is this not working? What happened? Oh, what are we missing? Oh, is the water taking a while to get in there? Do we not have water in the system? No, we have water. Why is that so slow? Do I need speed upgrades on that? Oh, distilled water. That's what that is. Okay. My bad. I thought this was just water. I need to let my distilled water reserves build up. So we're gonna wait and before we hook up our nitrobenzene. I think. Well, I don't know. I guess we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll just leave that on for now and see how much nitrobenzene we can get. But yeah, I'm happy with this for now. I'll come back when we are ready to swap from benzene to nitrobenzene in our 3 gas turbines. Alright, so a little bit of time went by as the nitrobenzene setup that I just set up ran for a while. I uncovered a bunch of bottlenecks, not just the sulfuric acid, but also distilled water, and now our current kind of bottleneck is nitric acid. And then eventually benzene is going to become a bottleneck, I think. So I still have some kinks to work out, but we do have nitrobenzene that is building up. If we go down to the power gen area, I only currently have nitrobenzene going into 1. And I also had to put on some regulators to help not waste the fuel, because I think when I set this up originally, I never put regulators on the input buses or hatches, and these were just going, balls to the wall with benzene. So I have installed some regulators that allow me to regulate how much benzene and nitrobenzene goes into these. So these are set to 14 or 17, and that one's set to 7, and that allows 140 liters per second to go in there. Obviously, when it's idle, this thing fills up, so there's kind of still some waste there. But that's really all it needs to be like almost fully optimized. And by optimized, I mean how much EU these turbines can put out. So On the gas, it says in green 3250 EU per tick. I honestly don't know what that means because I think this produces more than that now. I'll have to wait till I turn on to see. But yeah, so that is helping on fuel consumption. And I'll show you the distilled water fix I had to make. The nitric acid is still currently a bottleneck. Also, oxygen was a bottleneck, so I'll show you how I remedied that. This is no longer a bottleneck yet. It will be if this can run consistently, but it currently is not. But we are still building a buffer. Um, so back over to the factory. I had to make our distillery for distilled water bigger. So we got the multi-block distillery doing it. It does it very fast, so fast that it's not even on anymore because we are full. And then I also hooked this little setup here up because I was running out of oxygen because this is constantly running. And the water method was not fast enough. So I had a bunch of magnetite dust in my system, so I just kind of hooked up a dual interface here, and that's helping me get some oxygen and obviously iron dust. So now this is happy and can run consistently. Yep. And we are getting a buffer of oxygen in the system. So still working this. The only real way of making this run faster is maybe we could try another HV energy hatch, but I don't mind the pace at which this is going currently. If we need to update or upgrade this to get more nitrobenzene, we will do that, but I think this is currently fine. So nitric acid isn't just the only bottleneck I have here. This is going to be a bottleneck too, because I had 4 million in there and it's been going down ever since. So we're still not producing benzene fast enough. I'm only running 3 out of the 4 pyrolyzed ovens, but I think even 4 we're not doing as well. So I made a discovery by looking through NEI and taking my time. This rare earth 1, the uses on it is in a dehydrator. You can get yttrium. If you remember, I mentioned yttrium an episode back or a couple episodes back, and that would be used to make this industrial coke oven, which is I couldn't figure out how to get yttrium at the time, but I might even have scanned over it when I was looking, but I wasn't paying close attention that because rare earth 1 dust you can get from redstone technically. If you take the crushed redstone and run it through a thermal centrifuge, you'll get rare earth. If you take this rare earth and run it through a chemical bath with sulfuric acid, you get some crushed rare earth 1. Now obviously we can centrifuge that down to get yttrium, which is the way we would go, and then you can further macerate the centrifuge down to get the rare earth 1, and then dehydrator, which will be a new machine for us to get some more yttrium and a couple other things that I don't really know what they're all about. That's obviously copper, nether quartz, cryolite F. I feel like I've seen that somewhere where I've needed it. Didn't know how to get it, so maybe we'll look at that too. But yeah, that is for next episode, along with something else. We have been doing a lot of infrastructure stuff, so maybe we need to venture out and do a couple other things. So I want to thank you guys for watching. If you want to see more of my GregTech New Horizons playthrough and want to see what I'm up to, hit the subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. And if you have a comment to reach out, leave it down at the bottom. So again, thank you for watching. Have a good day. Bye-bye.